I sent antagonized and victimized because this money was money I made for my promotions for my girls. I sent them to pay the rent. I sent it by mistake to the joint account. He has emptied the accounts. He has emptied my accounts. He's stealing from me at this point.
And remember, he's not giving you money.
He's not giving any money for the food, for the girls, nothing. I'm taking care of these girls by myself. And he's stealing from us.
He should.
I mistakenly sent it to the joint.
For the children. The children need milk. You wake up at night to feed them, but
he's not here.
And then he's stealing money from your account.
I put that money by mistake. I put that money in the joint account by mistake. He has emptied the accounts now.
There's been some allegations made against me. I transferred money. It was an accident, okay? I wasn't expecting anyone to transfer money into a joint account or any account. I was paying bills, okay? I'm a very busy person. It was a bona fide accident and the money is back there, okay? That is between none of you, okay? Now, I returned the money. It was an accident, a bona fide accident. The fact that this is public knowledge is absurd. I would like to address something in this world that bothers me. I'm an educator. I'm a person that gets joy from teaching other people how to better their bodies, better their minds, better their spirits, better their souls. Okay? I would like to show you something. Everyone screen record this because there's so much negativity on here based on nothing. This is how much negativity is worth in our society. Do you see this? $27,000. $445. That is what I make as a $300 an hour clinician, elite clinician, one of the top paid clinicians in the country. Do you understand? That is what negativity is worth. That was when I got a divorce. That's when I left to protect my girls. You see this? $12,000. That's my next payout. That is how much I get paid for not participating in the negativity. Okay? Here is the deposit into my bank account for Facebook. This is mainly associated with negativity. I make more money from negativity than I do from positivity.
Hi, guys.
Okay? So I made as much being a negative on social media as I did making money as a $300 an hour clinician. Do you understand? Do you understand the dilemma there, where I'm incentivized to be drama filled and everything else? Okay? Here, I accidentally, not knowingly, transferred money out of a joint account. Had no idea. I thought it was my savings account to pay bills, such as lawyers and therapy for my children. And yet, here I am with 4,300 followers, 4,300 people on this live, looking for negativity.
Crazy.
Do you understand what I'm saying here?
Yes.
I do not want to participate in your negativity anymore. I made nearly $30,000 last month from participating in your negativity, and I don't want to do it anymore. What does that say about society? You are fixated and drawn towards negativity instead of positivity. I want nothing more to spread than positivity in this world and education in this world. That is my mission. If my page gets dismantled, dislodged, and I get off of social media after this, I'm completely cool with it. But I'm making a moral, ethical stand for my daughters. I will not participate in this anymore. I participated in it for 2 weeks because I broke. I had a mental, emotional breakdown because I lost the thing that was dearest to me in my world, my intact nuclear family. Okay?
Hey guys. Oh my god. You're welcome to today's live stream. Yes, my name is Glory Elijah. This is Frankly Speaking with Glory. I am the girl with the T. If this is your first time joining us, thanks for joining. You're absolutely welcome. This is the space where we give detailed, factual, accurate analysis of reality TV shows, movies, trending topics, and Korra Obidi's marriage, which has become our marriage now, is of course a trending conversation. Okay, sorry about that. So before we continue, or before we start officially, let me first of all welcome all of you back to my YouTube channel. I'm seeing a lot of you on here, and as usual, I want to take our time to appreciate all of you for joining today's conversation. Thank you all so much for joining. I really appreciate. I do not take it for granted. I understand that a lot of you obviously have a lot of things during this weekend, and you still just took our time to join us today. So let me just give you all a shout out. If I don't mention your name, it's not because you're not important, okay? So here I can see Dagogo Brown. Thanks for joining us, Dagogo Brown. There's Natural there's Dupe Umiwade. Thanks for joining, Dupe. There's Tabile Ngolo. Thanks for joining. There's Pauline. Thanks for joining, Pauline. 1 second, guys. What is it? What is it? Okay, I'll call you back. All right, guys. Apologies about that. Oh my God. Okay, so there's Tizai. Yes, there's Vera, there's Pinky, there's Anu Oluwapo, there's Rachel, there's Blessing. Yes, thanks for joining. There's NBN Network. Listen, thank you all so much for joining. I don't want to waste your time. Let's just quickly get into the conversation. Apologies about the brief break in transmission. So I had to deliberately play that video because I wanted you all to see what I saw, guys. And as at the time I came across that video, I think it was early this morning when I went online just to check up what's going on. I saw that video. To be very honest, guys, I was just so irritated. Yes, I was very, very irritated because I just could not wrap my head around why these two people, this couple or separated couple, are still relentless in putting out their business on social media. I don't understand. I feel like this is no longer a marriage or a relationship between these two people. Now it's now a community marriage. It is an internet marriage. And you all can attest to the fact that every marriage, relationship, whatever it is that is romantic between two people, that also involves kids, that is constantly placed on in the public's eye, especially on social media, it never lasts long. Yes, it never lasts long. There are a lot of couples that you see playing romance all the time, on Instagram, maybe on Twitter. At the end of the day, you find out that it's all fake. They literally come out to put up a front to make it look like they're actually happy, to make it look like they're having the time of their lives, to make it look like they're actually living their best lives. But then when the ugly truth behind all of that pretense, all of that facade comes out, when they are revealed, when they are exposed, it will shock you to know that wow, there's actually a lot that's been going on behind closed doors that people are actually not aware of. Let's talk about these people's scandal from the start. So Korra Obidi has always been an internet sensation. Yes, because of the way she dances, people love her. I love the way she dances, to be very honest. And then she got married, she got pregnant, everything has been a journey that's quite, I mean, without even our permission, to be very honest, we've been following these people's lives. Yes, we've just known what's up. We've known when she was with Justin. We've known when she got pregnant. We've all been aware of when she got pregnant, the first time, the second time. The husband is a doctor, or what, doctor of aesthetics, or what? I don't even know what it's called. We've all been following their journey. Maybe not everybody, but it's just been out there. So whether you choose to follow or not, it's right there on social media, on Facebook, everywhere. You are seeing it. And because she's kind of popular, whether you choose to search for her and her husband and her family or not, she just always has a way of turning up on your explore page or your discovery page. So you are seeing this person, right? You're seeing this person whether you like to see this person or not. So automatically she's a public figure. So is the husband. Now, every time I see these two people's posts, doing a lot of romantic things online, I get scared because theirs is not the first that we've seen online. Theirs is not the first, and it's not going to be the last. So every time I see videos of them, pictures of them online, I get really scared. And then especially of them involving their kids. Everything that they do, they want to eat, you see it online. They are sleeping, you see it online. They're having arguments, you're seeing it online. So from that point, I've always told myself, why can't these people just have at least some level of privacy? There's an answer to that question, and I'll come to that. But still on this, I've always asked myself, why can't they have that level of privacy? Just, there's certain things you don't just bring to the internet, just keep it to yourself. We don't want to know. Even though people sometimes want to know details of the lives of public figures, but you don't need to oblige or dodge people like that. But this couple, they've always made it a thing to engage their audience with every single information, every single detail of their lives. And to be very frank with you guys, they are not doing it because it's something they do for fun. They do it because obviously they've been making money out of it. Of course, their page on Facebook is monetized. That's Korra's page. And I don't know if their Instagram pages are also monetized. Excuse me. But this is something that they actually benefit from. Yes, they benefit from it. And then before we knew it, I can't remember if it was a month ago or 2 months ago that the husband, Justin, came up with this. I don't know. Initially, I thought it was a prank, but then he came up with the conversation of, yes, he's done with the marriage. He wants out of the marriage. Now, when I saw that video, people were jumping on it. Oh, blah, blah, blah. People were trying so hard to analyze it. But to be very honest, at that point in time, I was very, very disgusted because I just felt like, why is it our business that you are tired of the marriage? I mean, do what reasonable people do. If you're tired of the marriage, just go ahead and start your divorce process. Or if you really like the person and you want to continue in the marriage, work on it. Sort out your shit. Sort out your problem. It should not be a societal problem. Why does it have to be a pandemic? Why does it have to be a societal problem? Why do people need to know? So he put out that video, and then she responded later, and then he put another video. And the interesting thing, yeah, because of how crazy the internet is, yeah, somebody puts out something. Most of the time, people don't necessarily wait for receipts. People don't necessarily wait to hear the story of the second party or the third party. People don't necessarily wait. People just jump on it and start giving their own opinion. Of course, I mean, I do the same thing as well sometimes. So in the case of Korra and Justin, when Justin started talking, people just started talking about domestic violence on the part of Justin. That's it's possible that Korra has been abusing Justin, because that was what he was insinuating in the first videos that he made, right? That she's emotionally she's emotionally abusive. She insults him, she toys with his emotions, she's manipulative. The guy was giving off that kind of narrative about Korra. Korra, on the other hand, was obviously riding on the traffic because, of course, people have seen these people in their good, how do I put it, in their good seasons. People have seen these people when they're having fun, when they are loving up, when they are enjoying themselves. And so people were actually curious to know that, okay, is this a prank or is this for real? And so Cora was riding on it. She was just having fun. And then once in a while, she'll give out little information that people would necessarily want to know, but without really giving out a lot. And then one of those days, she had an Instagram live with her sister. And then she was spilling the tea to her sister that, oh, the reason why Justin is going the way he's going, the reason why he's upset, the reason why he is laying a lot of false allegations against her is because of money. That she got monetized on Facebook and she was earning a lot. For those of you that are actually monetized on Facebook, you know that surely there's a lot of money to be made on that platform if you have the right content and all whatnot. So she was making a lot of money on Facebook, according to her, and Justin wanted her to be constantly putting out content on that her Facebook page so that they will make more money for her to pay off his is it college allowance or what? I've forgotten the name, guys. If you remember, please just let me know in the comment section below. It's this God, is it tuition fee? It's like this money that you are giving, this student loan, you're giving the money to further your education, and then afterwards you have to pay back. I can't really remember the name. So if you remember, please just click just drop the answer in the comment section. So she revealed on that Instagram live that was the reason why Justin was doing all of what he was doing. Now, to be very honest again with you all, whilst that Instagram live was happening, I wasn't really even concerned. I wasn't really bothered about the details of what she was talking about. What I was really concerned about was that during that conversation, she kept on telling her sister, it's because you are my blood sister. That's why I'm telling you the truth. I wish I had that video. I would have played that video right now. She was telling her sister, I wish it's because you're my blood sister. It's because you're my blood. I can't lie to you. I'm telling you the truth. I mean, guys, we're having this conversation online. Hey, God. That was what was really pissing me off. That how can you be having such a conversation with your sister online and telling her that, oh, this is the real reason why your husband is saying that he wants a divorce. He doesn't want to be with you anymore. This is why your husband threw you out of the house. Sorry, guys, I keep on touching my nose. I'm having a reaction. I just used a facial cleanser, so it's really itching me. Yeah. So I was just very upset that, I mean, this is a conversation that she could have easily called her sister on phone and they could have had that conversation off public eye. But once again, guys, there was also the factor of, okay, this is actually drawing a lot of traffic to her content, to her page. This is also drawing a lot of traffic, and a lot of traffic for her means more money, right? So I saw all of that, and it might sound insensitive, but I felt no pity at all for Korra or her husband. In my mind, I just felt like this whole thing has gone beyond a man and a woman that is going through some sort of abuse in their marriage relationship and is coming out to talk about it. Yes, I feel like it has gone beyond all of that and has now elevated itself to the point of seeking public attention for clout. It's just very obvious. I'm looking at all of that and it's just very annoying. And then that video I played at the beginning of this conversation, that video is actually very lengthy. That video is about 22 minutes long, but I just could not be bothered to bring all 22 minutes of that video on here. It's too lengthy. But then I watched that video and I kept on asking myself, is this girl putting up a show? Because obviously she was crying while she was saying all of that, talking about, oh, she's paying about, is it $22,000 or thereabouts for legal fees? She's paying a lawyer to help her work out a divorce from Justin, talking about She has to take care of her 2 daughters. It's a whole lot of stress for her. Nobody knows what she's going through. Justin is stealing from her. Justin is taking her money. And I'm wondering, like, doesn't this girl have a family? Doesn't this girl have a family? I mean, it's so weird how all of these things are happening, and she has automatically turned internet users, the netizens, as her legal advisors, as her family members, as her closest friends, people that she has no idea who they are, people that she doesn't even know at all. I mean, any single thing that happens, Justin and Korra, they just jump on their Facebook page or whichever medium they want to use to communicate whatever is happening, and then they give the lowdown, which of course we don't even know if it's the truth or if it's just something they are cooking up to retain their audience's attention on them. And listen, guys, I'm all for people doing whatever they want to do to make money. I mean, do whatever you want to do, make your money, chase your clout, do whatever you want to do. But then, to what extent will you take all of it? How far can you handle it? And I'm not even really bothered about the 2 grown adult Agbaya that's really doing all of these things, that's putting up all of this show. The 2 people that I'm actually really concerned about is their kids. Now, most people will argue that, oh yes, they're doing whatever they are doing, they're making money. At the end of the day, they're using the money to take care of their kids. Fine, all well and good. But then, did you understand the trauma that this can potentially bring to their kids? Did they really understand? Do they really understand the damage that this can do to their kids? Because somehow I just feel in a very weird way that this whole thing is just it's just a script. Honestly, because I don't understand how a couple will be bringing up their marriage issues, and keeping the internet updated about every single detail of it. Justin sneezes, he'll come on Instagram, do a live and talk about it. And then Korra want to do a response. She will come, she will dance, give us shekere dancing. And after all the dancing spray, she will now break down and cry. And like, come on. Like, guys, honestly, this whole thing has become so disgusting. I just wish both of them would just shut up, pack up their business, take it to a psychologist or a therapist and fix it. If it's actually true that they're having all these ups and downs in their marriage. But if it is not true, then I just feel like they've actually gone beyond. They've gone over and beyond just to chase clout. Because it's a lot. They're doing what they're doing. I was looking at that I was looking at that Korra's video today, and God, I was just so upset. I was so upset. And I keep wondering, does this girl family even advise her at all? Does her family advise her at all? Or it could also be that she's actually enjoying the attention from the public. She's enjoying the attention from the public. She's making a lot of money, obviously. And even the husband, too, is also cashing out. I mean, from that video we played, let me play that video again. That video we played, okay, it's going to be too lengthy, so I'm just going to leave it. Yeah, from that video we played, the husband said it, that from all the public's attention, all the clout chasing and whatever, he made over $27,000 over that. But from his regular job, he wasn't really making that much money. So for me, I just feel like that was like an explanation that, oh yes, all these things that they are doing, they're actually really making money from it. But then another major question is, why has this become the norm today? Why do couples feel that the best thing to do is to have an internet marriage other than having a more realistic marriage that they can actually enjoy? And what they are doing, guys, it's automatically putting this fear in the mind of people like us that are not yet married. We see all these things happening and then we're asking ourselves, is it really worth it getting married? They come online, they put all manner of crap about their marriage. They put all manner of crap. Some of them, they put out information that we don't even need, that we don't even care about. They put out all these things, and then automatically they are creating this negative perception about marriage. So you that is just a spectator, that is just a viewer, in your mind you are thinking, especially if you're not married, that is this how it really is? Is this how it really is? Is this the new norm now? Is this the new normal now for married people? It's really scary. So let me just do this. Quickly go ahead and read your messages. Tabile said it can be true and also cloud chasing at the same time. Like Lori said, they are riding on the wave to gain traction to make more money. Honestly, that's the same thing I feel. I just feel like that's exactly what they are doing. Let me see Dupe's comment. Dupe said he made $30,000 in a month exactly. She said that was my first observation. But if they were against her marrying Justin and despite their counsels, maybe she went ahead. That may be the reason why they have kept quiet. Okay. Vicky Baby said, Glory, it's not a skit. Well, if it's not a skit, then they should take it off social media and go and sort it out. Decide what they want to do, if they want to still remain married or if they want to actually get a divorce for real. Because to be very honest, the internet is not really helping. The internet is not really helping. More comments says, I think she is suffering from PTSD. Well, that could be part of it, but then is this the best way to deal with PTSD? Exposing yourself and your family more. Is this the best way? Okay. Vicky said, it's true. My house is close to their house. They are not living in the same house again. Okay, fine. So let's agree, right, that this whole thing is actually true. But is this the best way for them to go about it? I feel like this is very, very unreasonable. I feel like this is very, very unreasonable, completely senseless. And I feel like both of them are actually being very selfish in all of this because two kids are involved. They have two daughters between both of them. And they are doing all of these things, obviously making their money, obviously doing whatever they want to do without consideration for their daughters. How old is the first one? The second one is just a toddler, newly birthed, just a few months ago. They are not being considerate at all about their kids. And I feel like that's very, very selfish. Very, very selfish. And nobody can tell me that, oh, all these things happening. They're making money. I'm a content creator myself. So I know what's involved. They're making money out of it. You know what? Let me just go ahead and drop the link to this conversation. I'd love to hear from all of you. Honestly, this was just meant to be a rant. I was just very, very irritated. I was just pissed. In my head, I'm thinking these people should just shut up already. Like they should shut up. They should pack all their bullshit and just go and sit down and sort it out, in private. Because all these public announcements that they are constantly doing, it doesn't really make sense at all. So if you have anything to say, just click on the link that I just shared in the comment section and I'll add you on to the live. Let's have a conversation about it. I mean, I can see that the comment section is divided. Some people believe that it's all true. Some people believe that it's not a skit or a prank, and some people believe that it's actually a skit or a prank. So whichever part of the argument you are with, I would love to hear from you. So just click on the link and join the conversation whilst I still go ahead to read your comments. Tablet says the the internet isn't helping. Everyone has an opinion here. Exactly. Okay. Tablet said their daughters will see these videos down the line and see how their parents got separated. Only feel sorry for them. Exactly. Ellen said not just married people, even singletons are doing it, selling us dummy stories in the internet to get more money. Very true. Jaja said they need a break from social media. I mean, I totally agree. They need a break. They need to exactly shut up. Honestly, they need to just shut up and rest because this whole thing has really gotten out of hand. Let me see. NBN Network said marriage should be personal. Yes, exactly. I completely agree. It should be personal. Victoria said, Korra said it that if she leaves social media, how will she feed her kids? Exactly. She actually said that. Yes, she made that comment, I think, in the first response that she made. Yes. And it's very obvious that she just has to continue doing all of these things. And you see, let me tell you guys this, yeah. This is the thing about public figures on social media. When you see most public figures doing XYZ and doing extra, right, they want to remain relevant. They want to remain relevant because they know that the attention span of social media users is very fickle. The attention span of people that visit social media on a regular, or rather on a daily basis, is very, very short, right? You need something very, very extra. Like, that's why you see a lot of people going over the top just to get traffic, just to be seen, just to be heard, just to be noticed. So people that do such, they know that internet users, social media visitors, yes, their attention span is very, very fickle. If somebody comes across a video that's like 1 minute, if the first 5 seconds of that video is not attractive or engaging enough, they just, swipe and continue on to something else that is more interesting. So most of these people, they would rather keep at it, even to the extent of bringing in their personal lives, things that people should not know about or even hear about. They go as far as bringing out such online just to keep public's attention on them. But then this the down now it goes in two ways. Sometimes it works, and then sometimes it gets really exhausting. Because imagine you've put out so much out there. What next? The question is, what next? And you see, one thing again about the internet users, they do not have any loyalties, to be very honest with you. They do not really have any loyalties. They don't at all. Once they follow you for a while, trust me, there's always another person or another group of individuals that they will find more interesting, more exciting, more entertaining, that they will now jump wagon onto. And that's where you see most of these public figures, when they notice that the people that used to engage their content is getting bored of their content, they begin to look for something extra. And I feel like in the case of what's her name, Korra, I feel like that's what's happening. Korra and her husband, they've put out a lot of dance videos, they've put out a lot of music videos, they've put out a lot of romantic sexual content online. People have watched it over and over and over and have probably gotten bored of the same old kind of content that they are putting out there. So what are these people looking out for? They're probably looking out for something different. They're probably looking out for something new. And so Cora and the husband, they are probably thinking, okay, how do we get people's attention stuck on us? And then this whole thing is happening. Beginning with the husband, of course. The husband started it. So they are doing all of this. And now they've seen that, okay, they've gotten people's attention. And there's something about Facebook. There's something about Facebook. I don't know, but it seems as though negativity thrives a lot on Facebook. Yes, when you go on Facebook, you tend to wonder the kind of mindset that most of the users of Facebook have. Because all of these things they are doing, they draw it from Facebook and then they elevate it to Instagram. So most of the time, you go to the comment section of certain posts on Facebook, you see the things that people comment and you cringe. You'll cringe. People just enjoy toxicity and negativity on that platform. I'm not saying that other platforms are actually clean and saner, no. But you see that Facebook, this kind of matter that Cora and the husband, they're actually cooking up. People on that platform, they enjoy it. They do not mind staying glued to a particular individual or content creator that's constantly creating such negativity. And that's exactly what's happening. And these people are making money of it, just as we saw Cora's husband admitting that, in the past 1 month, he made over, or probably almost $30,000. And the downside to that kind of information, people now have seen that they're like, oh my God, that's a lot of money. So now they'll start thinking about how to kill themselves to possibly make that kind of money as well. Yeah. Anyways, we have Latricia on here. Let me add Latricia. Hi, Latricia.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good yourself.
I'm fine, Latricia. Latricia, do you want to increase the volume of your gadget? Yeah, it's kind of low. Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. Guys, if you can hear Latricia, please let me know. I feel like our audio is kind of low.
Oh, mm. Can
Okay,
you hear me
Patricia,
now?
go ahead. Let's hear. Yeah.
Okay. That's an interesting story. Okay, I don't know them, the people, but taking it from what you're saying, it's so sad to see couples doing this, what they do, more especially if in their marriage there are fruits of the marriage. I'm talking about the kids, because it is the choice of the children is now lying in their hands. So, but them putting everything on social media, their lives, the children, and all that, their children are still going to grow up and make decisions for themselves, and only to find that their parents have already branded them in another way. You understand? A brand that it will be very difficult for them to change. You know what is happening? What they are doing is the same as, a situation where parents or one parent is trending maybe on a dirty something on social media. You know how much it affects the kids, although maybe it's just something that happened by mistake, but then it affects the kids even more, because then wherever they go, they have to carry the thing with them, and there is nothing that they can do about it, and they cannot divorce themselves from us as the parents. So, and for the lady, I see, as they are saying, I also feel that she has PTSD, but by going to social media, she is creating more problems for herself, because then that platform, everybody has a comment, and it's not every comment that you're going to like. It's not every comment that is going to be in your favor or that is going to assist you. And we are going to comment in our own way. You find people who are cold, who are very rude, and sometimes it's not that they are being rude; they're just being honest. And you invited them anyway to your stories. So it's not helping her. And yes, they are making money. We agree. It's a good thing. They are feeding the kids. Maybe that will be their excuse when they tell the children. But then children, they will always ask you, that wasn't there any other means that you could have done than to do this? Because it's a brand what they are doing. They are now a brand by what you are explaining, and I also checked them. They are now a brand known of them doing what they are doing and all that. So it's already sticked on their children. The children will have to live with it. They will have to answer for it. And it will be years back at that time when they do something, they will say, oh, Glory's daughter, the Glory that is known of this and this and this. Then it will take them time to get themselves in their own self and own their own thing before they get there, you see. So it's really not good. Social media, and another thing, social media is facade. Social media is facade. We are no longer living ourselves, because we have to live up to the standards of the social media, of the world. Let me say the world, because it's international.
Thank you very much, Latricia. Thank you very much. I mean, I totally agree with you. The part you said that they have automatically branded the kids, and that is exactly what happens. If you look, for instance, in the Nigerian celebrity scene, there are certain celebrities, especially from this show, The Real Housewives of Lagos. Sorry for the waiting, but I just have to bring that in. Some of the cast members, they've had very, very nasty scandals over time, right? And some of them, they've had repeated scandals over the same old kind of thing. Well, you married someone's husband, you married a man that has a wife that has kids, you married a man that's still legally married. Most of the cast, they have that same kind of issue. So now, when people are now talking about their daughters, to be very honest, even me, I don't even know the name of these people's daughters. So what I call them is this person's daughter. And that is true. Because these kids, they grow up to become individuals of their own. They have their own ideas. They have their own goals. They have their own things, their own path. But then most of the time, all these stigmas that comes from the scandals, it becomes like an automatic badge that is stamped on them. So anywhere they go now, oh, that person's daughter. So even when they do good things, most of the time, the media is not really bothered to put out the good things that the daughters that their kids do. What the media keeps looking out for is a continuation of the trend that the parents have already set.
Yeah.
And it's all about negativity, because that is what will sell. That is what will also draw traffic for the media. Most of the time, these kids, I don't want to name their names, but there are about two of them that has actually been doing a lot of things. I mean, these girls, they're really hardworking. You will not really see the media carrying such news. What you see is maybe any of the daughters is spotted at a club or spotted somewhere. You will just see people carrying the news. Oh, this person's daughter. So what the media is trying to insinuate is, oh, because the mother has been doing XYZ or has involved herself in a certain marriage scandal, oh, the daughter is probably trying to follow that line as well. So it's an automatic branding, as you said. That stigma will continue until hopefully one of these days or sometime in the future, those kids do something really spectacular, or should I say outstanding. Maybe they heal the world. Maybe that is when the media would really be bothered to publicize.
Yeah.
Exactly. Maybe that's when they'll be really bothered to publicize such. But then my annoyance also is the fact that these people, they are not even, I don't know if they've thought about it or they are just plain selfish about, they don't care. They don't care. And if you watch most of Korra's videos, I think in the past 1 week, Korra has done about 3 or 4 videos. If you watch those videos, every statement or everything Korra says, she's always talking about, oh, my daughters, oh, my girls. I feel like that's cheap blackmail. Do you want to talk about your husband? Do you want to talk about what he has done to you? You cannot finish one sentence without saying that, oh, look at what he's doing. He's robbing from me. He's robbing from us. He's taking from my daughters. Oh, I have to feed my daughters.
That woman is sick, I'm telling you. She's not okay. Like when she was on live with on Instagram with the sister saying, I know you believe me, you are the only one, you are my blood sister. But then yet she is on social media. Other people are there. I can only tell this to you because you are my blood sister. You will believe me that I'm telling you the truth. I'm hating him. But then she's on social media telling everybody, what is that? No, something is not right with that woman. I'm telling you. I feel pity for the poor kids. What is that? So
Honestly, I mean, I was on that live. I was on that live stream and I was so pissed. I had to control myself. When people like that talk, they make it look like the people that are watching the live, they are blind or they are deaf and dumb. Because I heard she was saying that I can only tell you the truth. You don't know, but there are thousands of people on this live stream watching, paying attention, listening. And the sister, to be very honest, I was also very disappointed in the sister because the sister is a respectable person. She's a respectable content creator. So when you follow the kind of content that she put out there, so that one also in her own way puts out her family out there as well. That one also uses her family to create content, although her own content is a bit clean. She creates food, and so she uses her family to show that okay, her food is good, her cooking is good, which is kind of positive in a way. So I was really disappointed in the sister that why would you indulge your sister like this, thereby putting your own self in a negative light? What do you people hope to achieve? And it's making me also wonder that could it be that the family is aware of what is going on, that oh, okay, these people literally need this scandal to draw more traffic and to also make more money, because it's obvious that they are really cashing out. It's really obvious that they are cashing out. Yes.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look like they're going to stop anytime soon. It doesn't look like they're going to stop anytime soon. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I used
You
to
know what,
go- I
guys?
used
If
to
you want to join this
sound-
conversation, click on the link. All right. I'm sharing the link again. Click on the link in the comment section. Okay. All right. So there are some comments on here. Let me read this one from Dagugo. He said, Korra makes her money the way she deems fit. She only explained how stealing her money by Justin Dean affects her kids. This South African who can't get the message across must stop condemning Korra. Okay, so I don't think we're actually condemning Korra. We're actually condemning the fact that Korra and her husband, they've been very, very selfish in not taking into consideration the fact that they have kids, and they are negatively exposing their kids to such negative publicity. The publicity is obviously helping them to cash out. And we've established that there's nothing wrong in people doing whatever they want to do to make their money. I mean, to be very honest, we don't really know what people do to make money anyways. We just see people living their lives, right? But now, this involves kids. And these two people are obviously using their kids as a cheap blackmail to the public to make money. Watch Justin Dean's video. It's over how many minutes? It's a long video. When you watch that video, he's talking about, oh, I miss my daughters so much. I've not seen them. It's creating the impression that Korra is not allowing him to see his daughters. Korra, of course, made a video talking about, oh, Justin does not want me to see the kids. Justin is taking the kids away from me. They know that that conversation about the kids is a very, very sensitive part of their scandal. So they are very aware that if they continuously use their kids as a bait to the public will be emotionally invested in continuing in this scandal, in keeping up with their scandal, in keeping up, with them, and the public would be fully invested. They would want to know how this whole thing ends, and that is the clickbait. The kids are now the clickbait. The kids are they are that element that adds the spice to the story. You see this whole dramatics happening. The kids, they are that spice that keeps drawing the public's attention, because the public wants to know, oh, at the end of the day, who is going to have custody of the kids?
Yes.
So for every
Yes.
time these two adults wants to speak, wants to do their live, wants to do their video, the first thing you hear them talk about is, oh my God, it's not easy to take care of the kids. Oh my God, it's not easy to actually fend for them. Oh, look at Justin claiming that he used, is it over $20-something thousand to pay for therapy for kids? And I'm wondering, a toddler of 3 months old, how do you pay for therapy for a 3 months old toddler?
Yes. So yes.
Are we that dumb?
So, I wanted to say, when God maybe said we must have houses, I think there were two purposes. It was for shelter and also for privacy. So that when things go wrong outside, we come to the shelter to restore ourselves, to assist each other. And even inside the house, there are divisions, which means there are places where not everybody must see when mom and dad or mom is in the bed, the privacy part of it. So that is where we deal with other issues that we cannot deal with them in front of the children. So, but for them putting everything in the public, the kids, we hear some celebrities, they will say they will divorce maybe, and then obviously we will hear about it. And when you ask about the divorce, or when people comment about it, they will simply say, we are good with each other, we are co-parenting, we are fine. When it comes to kids, they will just make it very smart and short. And the rest, yes, you can talk about them, but then they will just try and make it as short as possible, that we are okay, we are co-parenting, we are fine. Because you're a celebrity, you owe it to us as the public, maybe, because we will always ask. So it's not that we, like I said, we don't have a problem with them making a means to an end by doing whatever they're doing on social media. But then they need to be careful, because now, unfortunately, once you start having children, it's no longer about you only. It's no longer about you. Some of the decisions that you make, you need to think of your children. There are decisions that I made when I did not have children, or things that I did, but I cannot do them now because I am now a mother. I'm thinking for them. I don't owe them an explanation, but then I know who they will grow up to have to face whatever the consequences of whatever that I did in the past. So
yeah, thank you very much, Latricia. I'm seeing some very interesting comments here from Jagugu.
Yeah. As adults,
okay, sorry, continue. Continue. Sorry.
Okay. I'm saying, as adults, we are no longer writing with a pencil. We are writing with actually a marker pen. We are leaving marks that cannot be corrected. When I say I did a scandal when I was 18, I can easily tell my daughter that I was still young and stupid and inexperienced or whatever. But then now I'm an adult. My children have to carry the things that I did And come, I tell you, even if you heal the world, like you said, Glory, they will still remind them. There are people who don't forget. They will say, we know that you are from that family that did this and this and this and this. Then it will surely hit hard on the kids, even on their children as well, because the children will have to ask, what did grandma do? Why did they ask me if I'm Glory's grandchild? Why were the people asking me? You see that? Then it will keep on coming back to them and coming back. So that is the reason. Making money is okay, but then be careful in the process of making money. Don't compromise
Exactly.
yourself. Don't compromise the children. They will grow up to make their own decisions and brand themselves in their own way. Allow them.
Exactly. Exactly. Thank you, Latricia. There's two more interesting comments here in the comment section. This one is from Tabot. Said, okay, hello Tabot. So Jagogo Brown, I would love for you to join us on this conversation because you seem to have a lot to say. You are claiming that you live in the same city with Korra and your sister is her friend, what she went through. Okay, so Dagogo Brown, do us a favor. The link is on here. Would like for you to click on the link to join this conversation. All right. Join this conversation. Let's hear from you. But then I think you're actually missing the point here. You're missing the point. You think everybody here is literally attacking Korra. Listen, it's about the kids now. All right. Korra has been a public figure for a long time. She has been doing what she's been doing. She and the husband, they've been putting their business out there. Yes. But the moment they started this whole charade and they are using the kids as clickbait, it's wrong. Let's call a spade a spade. It's wrong. You do not use your kids in that manner. There was a video I did last week. I did a video talking about a certain family on YouTube that I don't know if you, okay, yeah, I did a video about that. We talked about it. This particular family, okay, the first time they gave birth to a child, they discovered that, doing a video about it made them a lot of money on YouTube. So what they did was they decided to monetize their lives. So for every time the wife gets pregnant, they would document everything, the entire pregnancy process. They would do videos about it. They would do a birth vlog. They would do a baby walking vlog. They would do a baby potty training vlog. They literally do everything to the point that they now had 4 kids. Now, after having 4 kids, the wife even wanted to have another child, and then she had a miscarriage. And the husband documented, like she filmed the woman breaking down in tears for losing that pregnancy. I'm like, that's a lot. So not to even stop there, everything. Okay, I think after having 4 kids, they did not want to have kids anymore. So they realized that, okay, fine. They no longer have that viral content anymore to make more money and to keep their audience's attention. So what they now decided to do was to transform their first child, who was a boy, into a female. So out of the blues, they just woke up one day and claimed that, their son has decided to be a transgender, to be a female. These people started buying female clothes for this child. This child at the time was just 7 years old. 7 years old. They started buying female clothes for this boy. They started training the boy to be like a female, wearing him female makeup. They even did a renaming ceremony to change this young boy's name from a male name to a female name. But guess what? People started talking. People started attacking the family, dragging the family online. And then a certain journalist went to go and stay with the family for a few days. And that was where they discovered that this family was literally forcing this young boy to accept that he is female and no longer male. But they were in those same videos, this young boy was saying, no, I don't want to be a woman. I don't want to be a woman. I'm a man. They said, no, but you said you want to be a woman. Trying to brainwash this child. These people were on YouTube for 10 years. 10 years doing all of these things for 10 years. But in the same process of doing all of that, they were making a lot of money. They are putting the kids in private school. I think they bought their own house. They were living large, living very, very luxurious lives, right? But then the kids were the money-making cows. that they were milking to make money. So we can argue this over and over and say, oh, nobody understands what's happening. It's not easy to raise 4 kids. It's not easy. But then is it a must to have kids? Do you have to use your kids to make money? Is that the new way to do things?
And Glory, adding on that, people must remember that's why on social media, when you join, they ask you, are you 18 years and above? These people did their homework, understanding that if you are less than 18 years, it could be unfair. You could be in a situation that you will not appreciate yourself in the near future. That's why they're saying you are 18 years above, although they are not saying don't put your children here, because they believe that parents must take full responsibility in protecting their children.
True. So it's really sad. Let me just go ahead and read the comments. Lichi said, we are all Africans and we all see what's happening on that social media, so it doesn't matter if you're Nigerian or South African. We all have our own opinions and also have the right to say it. Okay. Alicia said the point here is bringing your family issues to the public, all in the name of chasing clout or keeping up with the social media of fame, making money without considering the effects you have on the kids. Exactly. Thank you so much, Olisa, for stating that out. I feel like Dagogo Brown is really getting this wrong. Felicity said, Gloria, this you guys don't understand. Even in the court, the kids are their concerned, so she's doing the right thing. I don't understand how she's doing the right thing, to be very honest. Yeah, someone said she's actually doing the right thing. I don't, and you know the thing, yeah. See, this is not me trying to be insensitive. How do we know? And I'm asking this question because, hey, they brought it by themselves to social media. So the question is, how do we know that this whole thing is even real? How do we know that this whole thing is even real? Because 1 minute she's doing a video, she's crying, she's breaking down. The next minute she's doing a video, she's dancing. There was even one video I saw. I got that video, I downloaded that video, but I couldn't play it here. In the video, she was saying people should ask her questions, people should ask her anything, knowing fully well that people will ask her questions about this whole marriage scandal. And then someone asked her, oh, are you seeing anyone? I mean, this is just like 1 month later or 2 months later. And she was being all excited, or should I say sarcastic about it, that, oh, it's even 2 months, oh my God, I've not been with a man. I'm like, are you enjoying this whole thing? You can't even tell whether she's serious or whether she's just having fun, whether she's just catching cruise. And it's really annoying to even see. Honestly. Let me
I
go
don't
ahead
know.
and drop.
I don't know. Maybe in other countries how they do it. I also see in, I don't know if I should call it reality shows. Yes, reality shows.
Yeah.
To give you an example, like, do you know Cheetahs of USA? The Cheetahs USA. Oh, Glory, where are you now?
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Latricia, if you can come back, please come back. Sorry about that. That was just a brief interruption on my part. So, Latricia, if you can come back, please come back. You were trying to explain something. I'm really interested in that. So let me just quickly go ahead and continue with the comments in the comment section. Frank Ikama says, Glory, Korra and her husband don't see those kids as kids. They see them as a thing and also a content. Honestly, I totally agree with you because from what I have seen so far, that is all that I am seeing. These kids, I just feel like they're just being used as the ATM machines in the house. Oh, let's put them out in public. People are going to sympathize with us. People are going to take our sides, blah, blah, blah. I just feel like that's what's going on. Ellen said, the problem with most of us parents is that we don't see children as right holders. True. We see them as objects of rights and never engage them and see their perspectives. Very true. Ellen, thank you so much for stating that. That is so true. That is so true. And you see, another thing about this is riding on what Ellen commented, most people that have kids, let me not say parents in general, most people that have kids, there's this fickle mindset that they have that, oh, because my child is 1 year old or 2 years old or maybe 3, 4, 5 years old, my child should not have a mind of their own. I alone know what's best for my child. And so whether it's positive or negative, I will do it. But then they also forget that these kids, whether they are toddlers, whether they are just 2 months old, whether they are 3 months old, they are human beings and they should be protected at all costs. They should be protected, and every decision that is taken on their behalf, a lot of thought needs to go into such decisions. A lot of considerations needs to go into such decisions that will be taken for those children. People need to consider that, okay, what will be the impact of such a decision on this child's future? Now, this child is maybe 2 months old, 1 month old, 1 year old. When this child becomes 10 years old, 18, 20, what will be the impact on that child's life in the long run? I feel like a lot of people that have kids, they don't take all these things into cognizance. They just do what they want to do. For them, I have a child. The child is my thing. The child is my own. So I can do whatever I want to do. But they also forget that this child is an individual of their own. This child is a person and also has a right to certain levels of privacy. In Korra's case with the husband, I feel like they've thrown caution to the wind. There is no single privacy for their kids anymore. They now use their kids to draw traffic. And it's wrong. No matter what anybody tells me, I still stand by this. It's wrong. Latricia is back. Latricia, welcome back.
Thanks, Clary.
Yeah, so sorry about that.
Okay, I was still saying when we got cut off. If you in some reality shows, let me talk for in our country.
Yeah.
For example, do you know the reality show of that they call cheaters in USA, where they just
Yeah.
surprise people? Yes.
Mm.
So we also have such reality shows. Some are about other issues, confrontation issues. Firstly, if there is a child involved there, maybe it's two parents fighting. They will, when they talk, the parents, when they call the child's name, they will mute the child's name. They are
Oh,
protecting
yeah.
the child. And then
Yeah.
two, if maybe when they get to the place, maybe they come to my place, maybe to embarrass me, I owe you or whatever. When they get here and my children are here and they are underage, and the camera can wave them, they will shade them when they are showing it on TV. That is protecting them so that they do not walk around as those kids of that woman who owes glory. And yes, it will still be known by those who are close to us, but then they shouldn't put them in the face of the whole South Africa, for example, or whoever that is watching. You see, so that is what we are trying to say. It's only that maybe yes, in the way that we are putting it, other people don't understand it, but it is because they are protecting the image, the right of the child. They will grow up to make decisions of themselves and take their own shame and whatever should it come.
Thank you very much, Latricia. Thank you very much. And I just wish that a lot of people watching this video right now will understand that this is what we're talking about. Yes, I mean, Korra and the husband, they've been at this for a long time, doing whatever they want to do, putting their relationship out there in public. Yes. And hey, we don't really have a right to tell them, okay, stop, don't do it, right? It's their marriage. They can do whatever they want to do with it. But then there are kids involved now. There are kids involved. Why don't you just take everything off social media, go and sort it out? It's nobody's business at the end of the day. And you know the interesting thing about social media users, right? It's content that they see. They do not see a realistic situation happening. What they are seeing is content. Listen, for anything that finds its way to the internet, to social media, people just see it as content. What is content? Content is created. As long as it's not really happening in real time, right? As long as it finds its way to someone's timeline, it is content that has been created. And what is content that has been created? It is for consumption, for public consumption, to either provide information, to either provide education, or to either provide entertainment. Now, because Korra and the husband, they've been entertainers for a long time, whatever they do now, people just see it as entertainment, period. People just see it purely as entertainment. And I'm telling you, I'm one of those people that still feel like this whole thing is not real because of the way they are even handling it. When
Yes.
Cora is doing her videos and when you look at her face, if you as someone that knows how to read body language, whether she's saying the truth or not, you will just see that somehow this person is literally deriving pleasure from all of this attention. The husband likewise, when he's doing his videos, when he's talking, you look at his face, you see that this one is someone that looks like he's actually preparing himself for the big screen, like he wants to become an actor or something. And it's really sad. Honestly,
I'm
that's
telling
what
you.
I personally see. When he's looking at the phone, when he's doing his videos, you see him, he's making facial expressions. It's like someone that went to acting school and wants to go for their first audition, and then you're in the bathroom and you're looking at yourself and you're, oh, did I get this angle right? That's what I see when I see Justin's videos. It's like he's prepping himself for the big screen, you know? And
Yeah.
hey, they're adults. They can do whatever they want to do, but they should also remember that they are also parents. Since they don't want to respect the sanctity, whether it's in
Exactly.
the school, they should also
Exactly.
remember that they are parents to two kids.
Mm.
And it's not fair. This guy blatantly lied that, oh, of the money that, dropped on their joint account, he's paying therapy for his kids. I still don't get it. Does a 3-month-old baby do therapy?
Therapy. I wonder where is that?
It's so ridiculous. And then how old is the first one? The first one is probably 5 years old or 4 years old. She's doing therapy. Is it speech
No.
therapy or what? I don't understand.
Honestly, they are really creating content, and they put pressure to themselves because they have to keep the standard now.
Yeah. Yeah. Hi, Ellen.
Hi, Glory. Hi, Latricia.
Hi, hi.
How
Nice
are you
having you
guys?
here. I'm
How are you
fine.
guys?
Fine. Thanks
So,
for
oh,
joining.
so you can hear me.
Yes, perfectly.
Oh, yes.
Perfectly.
I wanted to take you back to the comment that I made with regards the children as having rights. The one thing about us as parents is that we forget that these are our children are not objects of rights. They are subjects of rights. They are right. Their rights are inherent as soon as a child is born. And as somebody who's in the field of child protection myself, there
Hmm.
are 4 core principles in terms of international statutes with regards to children's rights. The right, the parents should, everything that you do for your child, or every decision that you have to make for your child or on behalf of your child, you should have the best interest of the child at heart. That's one principle, best interest of the child. That whatever happens after whatever decision you've made, the impact of that decision should not have any negative impact on the child. That's one, the best interests of the child. There's also the respect to the views of the child, no matter how young the child is. You then, as parents, you have to have their views heard, have their opinions heard, as well as also the right for the child to survive and develop appropriately. And the one thing with us as parents, we bring our children into social media, we post their pictures, exposing them to even child traffickers. At the moment, there is a new trend of I don't know what I should call it, but it's just child trafficking. There's a lot of child trafficking that is happening. And in some instances, the perpetrators you'd have seen and followed the parent on social media, because the parent will post where the child goes to school, what time the school goes out, how beautiful the child is, and perpetrators take that and use that to ultimately traffic children and use children for sexual exploitation and God knows what. So the point I'm trying to bring here is that what is paramount for us as parents, learning from what this couple is doing, it's to question, do these guys have the best interest of their children at heart? How is everything that is happening as the children are developing, how is it going to impact in their future? How is it going to impact their emotional development? Tell you what, 18 years from now, of course, a child is anyone who's under 18. Tell you what, 19 years, 20 years from now, these children will be questioning their own parents. I can tell you that as a mother. I can tell you that because I know even my own child, because when I was still very in my early 30s, or in fact, my late 2020s when I had my child, I was working in a very remote area, but then I wanted the best, what I thought was best for my child to happen was to take her to my in-laws in Gaborone for school. And that thing affected my child because she thought I didn't love her enough because I was never around her. But I thought I had her best interest in terms of trying to get her the best education. And these things you don't realize until the child is all grown up and the child is broken, and now you try to look back and see how did I mess up, or how did my decision as a parent, and never even consulted for once my child to say, but how do you feel if I do this? Of course, as a child, you are, as a parent, you have that responsibility to guide your child to say, but this cannot happen because of that. All I'm saying is the impact, the effect of everything that is going on around this very same couple, it's going to, the children are going to bear the brand once they've grown up and look back to how their future has unfolded. I just wanted to contribute to say, parents, we should be careful about social media, about what we put there, and also be cognizant of the fact that children have got rights, and the rights are specified in the instruments that Nigeria, Botswana, South Africa have ratified, the Convention on the Rights of the Child. The rights are stipulated there, as well as the African Charter on the Welfare and the Rights of the Child. We are not saying parents should spoil their children, but we are saying we should see children as individuals who are right holders. That is just my 2 cents in terms of talking of this, as far as this topic is concerned.
Thank you so
you.
much, Ellen. Thank you so much. I mean, guys, as Ellen said, she's an authority in this, and that is why she has a say, with regards to this matter on the child. And this is an emphasis to some people that are claiming that we are not being fair to Korra. Listen, we understand Korra is a mother, of course. So the fact that she's even a mother, it should even give her more understanding of what this involved, about the child being party to this. She is actually using the children, and it is wrong. And the interesting thing is, this whole thing started, I think, when the child was just a month old. She had just put to birth. I think she was just 3 weeks out of, the birthing room. I think 3 weeks out. So, come on. You are giving birth to a child, and the child is growing up with so much negativity, with so much scandal. And sometimes the internet users are not nice. They are not nice. They don't care if it's a child or if it's an adult. They will still go ahead and say what they want to say. They will say hateful things. And you see, most people that use the internet, not just in Nigeria, but any other part of the world, most of them, they have so much bitterness in them that they look for every opportunity to pour it out on even the most innocent human. Even a child is not protected enough on the internet. So I feel like in a space where there's so many wolves out there, so many lions, looking for someone to pounce on with their own aggression, these two people are just freely giving access to their children, or rather giving access to, people's negativity to their children. And it's wrong. It's not us trying to be superstitious or anything, but what is wrong is wrong.
Mm.
Yeah, Ellen, you wanted to say something?
No. I want to agree with you that the two of them, they are adults. They are consenting adults. And whatever content they want to bring out there, as long as it's something to do with them and not involve the children. My only issue is how involving they are with their children and how they use the children to get attention. And unfortunately, social media is very influential. You can use it positively and negatively. And the unfortunate thing is that there is no manual for parenting. There is no manual for parenting, and I cannot even begin to say, no, don't parent like this, parent like that. But my emphasis would still go back to whatever you do as a parent, consider the best interest of the child. Consider the detriment that can happen to the child because of your own decision. But in terms of what they do, I like Korra as a dancer. I like her as somebody who cooks, who teaches us different recipes and cooking and all that. And she's a good dancer. She's a performer. I love her art. But what I differ with her is how now they are approaching this issue. Of course, divorce is it's not something anyone would wish for anyone, because nobody goes into marriage to end up getting divorced. But as soon as we start experiencing issues in our marriages, it's the time now to, if we are spiritual people, like if you are a religious person or believe in God, invite God to intervene. Go out there, seek for help, get help from our people who will advise you, therapists and everybody, such that you are able to manage the process of divorce if you've ultimately decided that now you are getting divorced. And if you don't deal with these issues and just bottle everything inside of you, and ultimately you go out there and explode and do the wrong things, and you will regret thereafter. Nobody wants anybody to do, and nobody wishes divorce on anybody. But if it happens, we need, let me not say people, we need to learn to seek for help. We need to go for therapy. As Africans, our therapy can be through our own parents, our own siblings, our own friends, our own pastors, or even specialists themselves. There is that one person or one or two people who can always come through for you and just sit with you, and then bang, you get out of that deep dark hole. And right now, I'm also very uncertain about her emotional stability. Both of them, in fact. The emotional stability is not in a very good place to really think clearly about their own kids. We are not judging them. We are not judging them at all, as some people might think. We are just saying they should just take a step back, breathe, and try and look at look at the whole situation collectively and calmly, for at least for their own children. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ellen. Words on marble. Thank you very much. And as we have all been saying, they should take a step back. I mean, I noticed that Cora has still been posting her dance videos and she's still getting the views. And I mean, it's all we can also say that most of the people that are still viewing, they're probably waiting for her to say more about the scandal, going on in a marriage. But I think she can positively leverage on that, you know. She can continue posting her dance videos without making reference to the problems she's having with her marriage, right? She can sort that out behind. Even if she now finally decides that, okay, we are now divorced, she goes through with the divorce process, she still does not really have to say it. If she now decides again she wants to go into a new relationship, she does not owe it to the general public to introduce her new man to the public. She can still decide to go private, right? But then, sadly, I doubt if she would even want to do that because her life is already public and that's what she's doing, and she still might still want to continue doing that to continue making the money. But let me pause here. We have Adewale here. Hi, Adewale.
Hi, Glory. Can you hear me clearly?
Clearly, yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I think today's topic is kind of closely related to the video you did about, YouTubers who use their kids for content, and this is actually
Exactly.
Korra and husband's case is a perfect example. And I think social media users they underestimate the power of social media. Actually, social media is like this very big computer brain that uses people's emotions to advertise to make money because the
Mm.
people who created, for example, Instagram, for example, they've mastered the art of people who who either seek validation or they want attention from other people, people who are looking to find something that they can't see in themselves. So and that helps, the owners of the social media companies, because social media is just about allowing the users stay on there for as long as they can, because that attracts companies. So even these couples on social media, they've already, like, they understand that aspect of social media, and they use and do whatever they can to stay relevant. Because I'm just gonna be honest, Korra's videos about dancing, I don't know how long it could last. It's like being a dancer on social media it has like a finite amount of time. People would get tired of it eventually. So some content creators then sought to using things like drama, like marriage drama, for instance.
Mm.
That sells.
Yeah.
And then, like, I've seen people on social media, they're just taking sides. And this one is saying the husband is bad, Cora is bad, and this is bad, and that is bad. And then the only people who suffer in this case is, unfortunately, are usually the kids. Because even divorce cases that are not even up on, like, they're not in the public, the kids suffer. But when you then bring it to social media, it's like they tear the children apart. And the people, like, involved in the divorce, the parents, they don't see it because they're so much into their own anger and annoyance, that they don't even see the kids that are involved in this. Because I mean, I didn't even know about the chorus because I don't follow, like, couples who put their kids on social media. Whenever I see it, I feel some type of way, because I just think the kids are not consenting to this thing. Just put them in
Mm.
front of the camera and just tell them, do this and do that. So when you talked about the video, I saw it, and then I just saw her crying. I remember she was, like, telling the kids that I think it was her oldest daughter, that she should stay quiet or something. I'm like,
Mm.
why would you talk about? I mean, why would you talk about this kid's father in front of her on, like, a live public thing? I get that, like, couples could have, like, problems, but one thing I've always known is, like, whenever you're having problems with your partner, and you recognize that this is the father, like, this is the father of your kids.
Yeah.
Your kids don't have a choice. She's gonna have, like, she has to have, like, the daughter is gonna have relationship with her father.
Mm-hmm.
You're instantly having the kids choose between her father and her mother. Like, that's a very, very difficult thing to do, even as a child. So I don't think they see it. They just see the likes, the views, and the money that's coming. So I'm not gonna say, like, the husband is the good guy or Cora is bad. I think a lot of people are putting their own emotions and sentiments into it, and they're forgetting that the kids are involved and they're not seeing what like what you're
Mm.
saying. Really concerned about the kids, but people are just like, no, the husband is bad, the husband is
Yeah.
this, no, Korra is this, Korra is that. That actually doesn't matter. What matters the most is the kids. It's the
Yeah.
kids. So I don't know. I don't know. I guess
Thank you
people.
very much. Thank you very much, Adewale. Thank you very much. And you know, there's this narrative also out there that Cora is pushing out that the husband is using her to make money to offset his debts from school. There's also the narrative that, oh, the husband is gold digging, but then there's also the narrative that, oh, when Cora was not earning any money, the husband was the one taking care of the house, taking care of everybody. To be very honest, I don't even care. I don't think a lot of people even cares about those things, right? Because it's a marriage relationship. So people in marriages, they take care of each other. So we don't really need to know the details of all of those things. But now the fact that whenever they want to make their videos, they want to complain about each other, they will now bring that emotional blackmail of the kids. Oh, I have to take care of the kids. And then this one will now do a retaliation video to say, oh, it's not easy paying bills. It's a lot. It's a lot. And it's now become so messed up. And these kids are so innocent. And there's something that people don't really understand. You see kids, 5 year olds, 4 year olds, they hear things. I mean, Ellen, I think you can attest to that. They say that kids, there are certain things that you say, they might not really be able to process it, but it stores in their memory bank. So as they are growing up, it becomes part of their growing up memories, and then they will not start it's like your mind regurgitates those things that you were hearing as a child. I believe that a lot of us here right now, there are things that you saw or heard or experienced whilst you were 5, 10 years old. Even though you're 40 or 30, you can still kind of remember those things, and somehow it's like subliminal upbringing. It becomes a part of your mindset. So imagine the older child growing up and just disliking the father or disliking the mother for no reason. And even they cannot really understand why. Ellen, I don't know if you've experienced such in your practice over time.
No, that's very true. In fact, with the many domestic abuses cases that we have, in fact, there is a research that some of the countries like Southern Africa, like Africa, yeah, in Africa, there was a research that was focused on young children in terms
Yeah.
of finding out when they were exposed to any form of abuse. And
Mm,
most of the respondents were 18-year-olds, 16-year-olds. You see, what they were abusive themselves. These are the children who are at school becoming bullies. They become violent. They either are so reserved and become so quiet. This happens because the child has seen it growing. The child who has seen physical abuse in their home while their parents fought like nobody's business. That child grows up to adopt that very same mentality, thinking violence is the solution. Children who have seen parents verbally abusing each other in front of them, they actually came out as the same. A child copies what they see, and as we are saying, talking about the memory of a child. A child has got a very good memory. This is why you'd take a South African child, a Motswana child, or a Nigerian child who is a year or two to Nigeria, or 5, or let's say 5 because they are already speaking their first language. Once you take them to Nigeria or South Africa or anywhere in the world where a certain language is spoken, that child within a month they would have started speaking the language, whereas you as a parent would be struggling to speak the language. This is to
true.
say their memories, I've forgotten the term that is used. They are
They're like
able to
sponges.
yes,
They soak.
yes. Mm. So children, when they grow up in this kind of environment, and sadly, the two children see their mother making these videos crying, and one, they are going to, like the older one, as he would shoot the things that she's asking about her dad, that child already is affected because she sees their parents arguing, and she sees their mom crying out in front of like the phone, making these videos, and that hurt will affect these children tomorrow. They are going to grow up broken, and they're even in the ultimate going to even think men are bad. They're even not going to want to be involved in marriage because they think being married is a bad thing. Like you have just rightly pointed. I don't know whether I'm putting my points across, but I want to agree with you guys that whatever is happening right now is affecting the child, is affecting the children the most, and it's going to come out very clearly when they go to school. You know, sometimes one in my practice, the other thing is that when you want to check the health of a child, let's say in a classroom, and if the child is too reserved or is a bully or something, sometimes when you want to check what they are going through, give them a paper to draw and ask them if they can't write. Give them a paper to draw. Tell you what, if a child is 5 years and the parents in the home are physically abusive, you give that child a paper. That child will draw a man, or a woman, a stick man and stick woman with a stick or whatever in the paper, and that if you are able to read, because the point you'll be trying to get at is why this child is behaving this way, or why is this child being timid. But once you give them that paper, the child will draw, and those drawings will reflect what is happening in the family, and it will reflect what is happening. And now, when you see such, as a specialist, that is now when you have to intervene to try and now bring in some programs that can mold the child. And also, if now you are in the field of social protection, in the field of family support or psychosocial support, that is what can give you the leeway to even go further, to intervene in the family, to even get together the family to say, this is what we are experiencing. The child, most of the children who are performing badly, it's not because they are not smart in class. It's because of the environment that they are growing up in that doesn't nurture them positively. So anything that is negative that happens around a young child impacts negatively on their future, even their schoolwork.
Thank you very much, Ellen. Thank you. Latricia, I see you raising your hand. You wanted to say something?
Oh, I wanted to add on what she was saying, that and at the ages of the children of Korra, they are at those tender ages. A child from birth until 7 years, they say that is where a human being is absorbing a lot of experiences and everything, and they capture a lot of things at that time. So the children are now at a crucial stage where they are absorbing everything, and they also say they are the most stressed people. Get me correct why I'm saying this. They are the most stressed people, because you can imagine a child who can now sit and can see, and they want to go and get something that is there, and they can't go there. They are not crawling as yet. They say for the child to end up crawling, it's because the brain will keep saying, I want to go there, I want to go there. And in the process of doing that, they say that is the depression of the child, although it's a depression in a positive way. Then, so imagine if they have to deal with that, the experiences every day, because a 5-year-old, there are things that they haven't seen in their life, they haven't experienced. So they are still getting to know things. In the process of that, and then me as a parent, I'm adding on that one. The child has to see, and the children, they see us as parents as heroes. Every child sees the parent as a hero. My husband used to say, I will never give a person a lift when I'm driving with the kids, because my children think that their father is a superhero. And then let's say we get hijacked, and if the person points you with a firearm, you should stop, you should surrender, and the children are expecting you to beat up that person. So he says, I will never stop, because you can imagine for their psychological health as well. Where you can, not in all cases that we can avoid that, where you can avoid it. let me stop there because I see there's a new person. I'll come back.
Yes. I'm gonna come back to you, Letitia. I have a question for you. But let's move on to Obina Harry. Obina, thank you so much for being patient. You're welcome to the conversation.
Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good,
Welcome.
good evening. Yeah, good evening. Yes, we would like to know your perspective on this matter.
Okay. If 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 a married couple gets married, you you can't just say everything that you have in the open. Marriage is supposed to be person to your couple and not saying everything. Secondly, what what this happens is that it will affect the children and see them in a bad light, and towards the end of their life they might find it difficult to cope to
Okay.
the society, and others may think that is it not what the other celebs say, that is it, as in they'll take it as a negative influence, and even though they want to do things in the positive way, it will be difficult for them.
Okay,
That's my own
okay.
take.
Oh, all right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Obina. I love the part where you said that marriage should be private. Thank you very
Okay.
much. Okay. So, Latricia, the question I want to ask is this, as one who is a legal practitioner, how do you think, let's assume now that this whole fiasco is real, all of the Justin's allegations that Korra is manipulative and abusive towards him, Korra alleging that Justin is stealing from him, he stole $5,000 and all whatnot, he's not taking care of the kids. There was a video she did claiming that Justin was starving the kids when he came to take them for the weekend. And when she went to take the kids, he refused. All of these back and forth allegations that both of them are throwing at each other here and there, how do you think this is going to impact their divorce process, if at all they would want to even get divorced? Because at the moment she said that they are separated. So how do you think it's going to impact it?
Okay. When it comes to let's as you are saying, we assume that they are let's say they divorce, they go to court. That they can use all those informations against each other as receipts of saying on this day he did this, this is the proof and all that. Just like a normal couple who are not in the public would do, that I called him, here is a proof that I called him 10 times, asking him to bring back the child, or asking her to give me the child, or I sent her text. Some will say I sent emails. They will use that as proof. But while you are still on that one, I still wanted to say that is where when a divorce is going on, okay, maybe it differs from country to country as well. There is a children's court as well. Before the divorce goes to court to be finalized, you see the interest of the children are put first. Before your love issues are being finalized, they will check if whatever that you agreed on, like the things that you are mentioning, if their lawyers are going to mention in their settlement of agreement, and the children's court will take all those documents, sit down, check them with all their professionals of the children, like Helen and all that, and they will sit down and take the best interest, the interest of the children. Sometimes that's where they come up with a decision who should be the primary caregiver. And then after that, that's where they can come to your settlements of your monies, of your house, of your whatever. But then they first start with the children. So what you are asking me, let me say, if it was in my country, they were going to put it in the part where the matter goes to the children's court. Then they go through it, and the prosecutors there, they go through it and come up with a decision whether they must consult the lawyers or whatever. It will depend on the outcome of what they found on the thing. And then lastly on that one, I want to say social media has taken over the world. I think the world, as they normally meet for COVID, for pandemics and all that, I think they also need to meet when it comes to cyber issues. For example, we are still struggling, okay, from our side, we are still struggling with cyber bullying, for example, because it is, yes, it is happening and it is affecting people's lives. People kill themselves, people do a lot of things that are not nice. And like the other lady was saying that even child trafficking as well is affecting that. I think there has to be, things must be constitutionalized according to their different rooms, to say when it comes to children, if a parent does this, maybe on social media with children or what, this should be the outcome, this should be reported, this should be the consequences, so that somewhere we should be limited as parents, just like they do, to say we mustn't abuse them, like when we punish them. The right of chastisement is no longer used as a ground of justification in court for parents to say, I punished my child because he was naughty or what. So they also need to look into those things, because it is affecting the children as well. We are putting them on social media, we are doing this. At the end of the day, they become the victims, they become the animals that we are raising because of our deeds.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Latricia. Thank you. Helen, yes, go ahead,
Yes.
Helen.
Oh, to add on to what Lutricia was saying, South Africa has got a Children's Act. Has got Children's Act. We also have Children's Act here, and the Children's Act was derived from the Convention on the Rights of the Children. And what Lutricia has spoken to is normally it's established and explained in the Act. When she was making reference to the children's courts, what also happens when parents are at this stage? What happens in terms of looking at the best interest of the child, or which parent is it to place the children with? There is what we call a social inquiry report. A social inquiry report is a report that is an assessment that is made by social workers, trained social workers. It's an assessment that they undertake, visiting the either parties or both parties individually, wherever they are staying, to interview, to also see their lifestyle, how they live, and then they come up. There's a checklist of things to look out for, and including financial capabilities. After making that social inquiry report, the team that Lutricia was referring to, or at the Children's Court, will then look at these two reports from both parties to see which party has a more stable household. That is when the decision for custody would then be made, looking at who at the best interest of the child, at who would be best positioned to take care of the children. In the event that none of the two parties is in the right state of mind to mind children, this is when now government will come in. The children, the law, like in Botswana, the law would then determine that maybe the children should be taken from their parents for the time being, placed in an institution or placed in a foster home, or whatever place would be best for the children, while the parents are sorting out their mess. If they don't come to a conclusion, or if they don't mend their ways, we are not ready here. Please, FSGW followers, we are not talking about this. We are just talking about the law in general. What should happen should these circumstances happen? It's either a decision would be made for children to be put in an institution where now the state becomes responsible for their upkeep, while the couple or the parents or the parents are being worked on, counseled, put through therapy until they are stabilized. And the other thing, now going back to Lady Korra, you know, she has options. If Justin is not supporting her children financially, she's got the law is there. for maintenance. The guy has there are processes to go the maintenance route where now the husband will be compelled to maintain the children. And maintenance is undertaken through courts where they will not even have to meet and all that. And the court can also determine the visitation rights, the custody, the temporary custody, or how because if there is that has been established, it shouldn't be an issue. And I'm beginning to think that somehow they are using the children to also draw, like, make more
Yeah.
because there are processes. If
Mhm.
your husband or your ex-husband or your boyfriend or somebody you've had a child with is not supporting, but is capable of supporting the maintaining their child, and is has gainful employment, there is a law in each and every country where maintenance should be people should seek maintenance for the children, because at the end of the day, if you have your best interest of the child at heart, you would not want your child to feel any heat from whatever you are fighting about as a couple. You would want your child to live normally and happily and grow. And like Lutricia said, the first 7, there is a theory that speaks to the first 1,000 days where the child is really developing, where it's very important to nurture them, to provide the right nutrition and everything. You can further read about the first 1,000 days of a child and see what happens during that. And that is the most critical moment where the type of person you are going to be is really formed in those first 1,000 days. So there's always there's always an option to do things right. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that in-depth explanation, Latricia and Ellen. I mean, this is so enlightening. To be honest, even I myself, I did not really know the details of all these things. And that's why when I watch Korra's video, especially, and guys, please, this disclaimer, I'm putting this disclaimer out there. This is not me trying to be too hard on Korra. This is not me trying to pick too much on Korra, but she's the one with the kids for now. So she's the one that all eyes are on, basically. So when I watch her videos and she has her kids around her, and she's still claiming that, oh, she's spending $22,000 on lawyers fees, lawyers bills to handle the case. I'm wondering that are those lawyers not advising her not to expose those kids the way she's doing, because it might affect whatever she's, because the other party now can argue that, oh, she's using the kids for clout. That could be like a disadvantage for her in whatever case she's claiming to fight in court. And that's another reason why I'm really questioning this whole thing. That is this real? Because these people are actually based in the US. And we know that the US, it's one of those places where they take such matters that involve kids very, very serious. I don't think I've heard of anybody that's fighting a divorce case or anything that is really using their kids this way to draw publicity, to draw traffic. I don't think I've ever heard of such. That's another reason why I'm actually questioning this whole thing. That is this real? Which part of this whole fiasco is real? Which part of it is not real? Are these people just doing this to make money? What exactly is going on? Adewale, are you still there?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Okay, yes. I don't know if you want to help me talk about this part as well.
I understand when you say when you're questioning the reality of the story. Actually, also I ask myself the same questions because I see certain things and like even the very first video the husband did where he was calling all sort of names and he had like because it takes a lot to like take your phone like go on Instagram live and then start recording this thing and the kid is actually there sleeping and you're like
Yeah,
screaming at the wife. So and then after some time, the wife came out and she started like she acted like she wasn't really going to say anything about it. So I thought,
yeah,
okay, maybe this is actually maybe the guy is just having a tantrum and he's doing all sort of things. And then I saw the lady, like not even Korra, Korra's sister, who is all the way in Nigeria, started saying so many things about the marriage and the couple and everything. And then the sister joined, and then the whole it's just been a drama back and forth. And then I've seen how their fans have sort of been divided, and they're getting more views than they're supposed to. Because if this is actually real, I think they would take this, they would do all they're doing right now privately. It wouldn't
Yes.
be out in the public. And if it's real, I think the child support services should be involved already. You should have taken probably the kids away from the father and the
Yeah.
mother, because this thing they're doing is affecting the kids. It really is.
Yeah.
But when it comes to social media, I call social media act in front of camera, and anything in front of camera is usually edited. So
Yeah.
it's like, is it real? Is it not real? I don't know. I can't really say 100% that it's real, and I cannot say 100%. I can't really say that this is not real, like 100%. It might be real, but probably maybe they're exaggerating to get more views. That could be true.
Yeah.
Maybe
I mean,
they had this
yeah.
little and they're taking it so big because they realize how many like the amount of views they're getting and how much they can drag this for so long. So I hope it's not real. I mean, for the sake of the kids, but I mean, since the event of social media, like a lot of people have been doing things that I can't even imagine. So it's like social media is this powerful tool, and it hasn't been around for like half a century. So I don't think human beings will really completely understand how to do it, because I mean we're having access to people that we would have never dreamt of meeting.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone kind of feels like they're in their marriage. Everyone is having like their own opinion. So I hope it's not real for the kids, but I don't know.
Honestly. I mean, there was a particular video. I don't know if that was the first response she gave to her husband's accusations. She was talking, and there's this way she talks. The sound of her voice when she speaks, it sounds like she wants to cry, or it sounds like she has been crying. So there's always this cackle in her voice. So she was talking and she was saying that I thought I was there, asking her for something, maybe some treat. And she was like, my daughter is watching me crying right now. And daughter was asking her, Mommy, are you okay? It was like toying with the child's emotion. She was obviously not crying on that video. But then she was now saying it, and the child's attention was drawn. And the child was asking, oh, Mommy, are you crying? She said, I'm okay, I'm fine. I'm like, what is all this kind of drama? And it really irritates me. It's unfair. It's unfair. I mean, that innocent child, as much as that child loves the parent, the child does not want to see the parent hurt. So now that child will be feeling responsible for whatever pain the parent is going through. That's some disgusting manipulation on a child that knows nothing really. Okay, we have Free. Hi Free, are you there?
Hi, Glory.
Yes, you're welcome.
Thank you. Good afternoon or good evening, everybody, or wherever you're calling from. Hi, Lucretia. Hi, Ellen. Hi, everyone else.
You're welcome.
Glory, I'm surprised you're talking about this now because this issue has been on the front burner for a long time.
I
So, did you
deliberately
just get to
ignored
hear
it because
about
I
it
was
now?
upset. I was upset. I was very, very irritated to be honest. So I
So, you
deliberately
wanted it
ignored.
to calm down before you talk about it?
No, I think it was today's video that they both did that really triggered me because I'd been
What
seeing their back
video?
and forth. I've been seeing their back and forth, and to be very honest, I've seen so many videos that have the same pattern. This
But what
couple,
video
they
did
will
they
come
do
out, they will
today?
do things. So it was today's video that really triggered me. I watched Korra's video. It was I think about 22 minutes long. I watched everything and I just concluded in my mind that this is just way too scripted. And I watched the husband's video as well, and I saw the fact that this dude confessed that he made almost $30,000 from the whole drama. And I said, okay, fine, this makes sense now. It's about the
Wow,
money
he
now.
said that.
I said the video at the beginning of this live stream. It's about
Oh,
five
I
minutes
didn't
long.
see that. I've not seen any
It's
video
not
of them today.
okay, you know what? Hold on. Let me Free before you speak. Hold on. Let me
Please
just
play the
quickly play this
video.
video. Hold on.
I don't want to be antagonized and victimized because this money was money I made for my promotions for my girls. I sent them to pay the rent. I sent it by mistake to the joint account. He has emptied the accounts. He has emptied my accounts. He's stealing from me at this point.
And remember, he's not giving you money for
He's
food
not
for
giving
the
you any
girls.
money for the food, for the girls, nothing. I'm taking care of these girls by myself. And he's stealing from us.
He should.
I mistakenly
should
sent it to the
provide
joint.
for the children. The children need milk. You wake up at night to feed them, but
He's not
sleeping,
here.
And then he's stealing money from your account.
I put that money by mistake. I put that money in the joint account by mistake. He has emptied the accounts now.
There's been some allegations made against me. I transferred money. It was an accident, okay? I wasn't expecting anyone to transfer money into a joint account or any account. I was paying bills, okay? I'm a very busy person. It was a bona fide accident and the money is back there, okay? That is between none of you, okay? Now, I returned the money. It was an accident, a bona fide accident. The fact that this is public knowledge is absurd. I would like to address something in this world that bothers me. I'm an educator. I'm a person that gets joy from teaching other people how to better their bodies, better their minds, better their spirits, better their souls. Okay? I would like to show you something. Everyone screen record this because there's so much negativity on here based on nothing. This is how much negativity is worth in our society. Do you see this? $27,000. $445. That is what I make as a $300 an hour clinician, elite clinician, one of the top paid clinicians in the country. Do you understand? That is what negativity is worth. That was when I got a divorce. That's when I left to protect my girls. You see this? $12,000. That's my next payout. That is how much I get paid for not participating in the negativity. Okay? Here is the deposit into my bank account for Facebook. This is mainly associated with negativity. I make more money from negativity than I do from positivity.
Hi, guys.
Okay? So I made as much being negative on social media as I did making money as a $300 an hour clinician. Do you understand? Do you understand the dilemma there, where I'm incentivized to be drama filled and everything else? Okay? Here, I accidentally, not knowingly, transferred money out of a joint account. Had no idea. I thought it was my savings account to pay bills, such as lawyers and therapy for my children. And yet, here I am with 4,300 followers, 4,300 people on this live, looking for negativity.
Crazy.
Do you understand what I'm saying here?
Yes.
I
we
do not want to participate in your negativity anymore. I made nearly $30,000 last month from participating in your negativity, and I don't want to do it anymore. What does that say about society? You are fixated and drawn towards negativity instead of positivity. I want nothing more to spread than positivity in this world and education in this world. That is my mission. If my page gets dismantled, dislodged, and I get off of social media after this, I'm completely cool with it.
You know what?
Wow.
I can't say
Wow.
anything. Let me leave it to you to stay free. You go ahead.
Wow. I'm
That's a
just,
lot.
See,
I'm
this is,
dumbfounded. Like,
you know what I did with those videos? Cora's video is about 22 minutes long. Justin's video is very lengthy. I can't remember how many minutes long. So I just have to cut it. I just have to cut the key part. But I wish you guys would have seen the entire video.
I think
When
after
I
the live
say
stream, I'll just go watch the videos, the full
yeah, when
videos.
when I say the whole thing just looked honestly, you know what, free, just go ahead and speak.
The
I
thing is,
don't know, Glory. This whole thing, it's I don't know if to call it gutter behavior, but it's really smelling. It pains me a lot when I see people that were once a couple, come on social media, especially when they have kids and drag themselves and humiliate themselves, especially the part where the woman starts to act like Kichi Blessing and say, oh, you're a 1 minute man, oh, you're this, oh, you're that, blah, blah, blah. But you didn't know he was a 1 minute man when you were enjoying with him and opening your legs. You didn't know all that. So why come on social media after things have gone bad to come and air your dirty linen? And I didn't understand the part in the beginning when they came out, when he made the official post about it. I'm getting divorced. I know that this online in-laws thing is a thing, but I don't know that people take it so literally. Like you come out online as if you're giving a press conference to say, oh, you're divorcing your wife, she's this, she's that. Like, who cares? You guys could have just done that offline and just move on. I mean, people would eventually figure out that these two people they're not together anymore at some point. I respect couples, celebrities or not, that when they want to go their separate ways, they do it amicably. Like they think about their children, they put their children first. That's why you need to be deliberate about and intentional about who you have children with. Don't just go having kids with anybody because you have the means and you have the capacity. Don't do it. Make sure the person you're having children with, especially as women, is someone that's sane, is someone that will always prioritize your kids in every situation. A lot of times, what happens between couples and celebrities, whatever, is that they don't think about their children. Some of them even go as far as using their children as object of manipulation. You see couples, maybe the man or the woman, there are some cases where the man will hold on to the children and will deny access to the mother. This is a woman that carried those kids for 9 months, 10 months, if I'm not mistaken. And then after raising them and giving them all the love and everything, you seize her children from her because you're in a position of power and you deny her access to her kids. And are those children going to be your puppets forever? They will grow up eventually, they will have a mind of their own. I, for one, if I grow up in that kind of home, I'm gonna hate you, whether you're my mom or my dad. You don't do that. The issues you have with my other parents is your personal problem. Don't do that. Don't project it on me. You get, and that's a mistake that a lot of people don't understand. They use children as object of pain. They use their kids. They use it to hurt their partners, women, men. I always say this to people: no matter how bad or how sour your relationship with someone goes, if not for even your children, think about the good times you've had with that person. It scares me the way love just automatically turns to hate these days. As in, you just see two people all lovey-dovey, and the next minute they hate each other. They're at each other's throats. They want to devour each other. They want to kill each other. What these people are doing, they're just giving the government more materials to work with. Because if they eventually get to court, trust me, the two of them is not going to be funny. And they are forgetting that they're not even in Nigeria, that no matter what, the law will always give one person the child. The government can take your child away from you, or your children rather. I don't know if they're in the UK or the US, but I think the US. But the government can take her children away from her. I think I even watched the video when she was saying that people are reporting her to child protecting services, blah, 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 and all of that. I said, why won't they report you? You guys are senseless. You come online, you put all these things here, and you expect that people will report you. You're making live videos, the children are in the background, you're acting as if you're crying or you're crying. I don't know. I'm not going to judge her. I don't know if she's crying or if it's real or if it's fake. but your kids are there. You don't know the mental stress you're putting them through. You're explaining, you're whining. Like it's just so disgusting and embarrassing. This guy started this whole thing. In the beginning, she did not want to say anything. It was the guy who brought it to social media and started making a whole movie out of it, and then she bought into it. And I think she saw that people were already running along with that narrative that okay, she's the cause of the marriage breaking. That's why she had to come out to speak out. But I can say that her coming out to speak out was a bit late. I saw the video she made with her sister. It was a bit late because people were already distracted with the whole Chris Lang issue and every other thing. So people were not as invested as much as they were when the guy came out to speak out. So that one was not even to her advantage at all. I understand the part that okay, you don't want to come out and make your spouse look bad or whatever, but talk to this person. Before you guys got to this point where you hate each other, there was a point where you loved each other, or even if you don't love each other, because love is such a strong word, you liked each other, you care for each other. I don't want to see you dead, right? Regardless of the issues we have, you're still the father of my children, you're still the mother of my children. I still wish you well. I still want you to be there for our kids. So you guys should find a way to sit down without choking each other to death and be able to talk about it. Don't bring it to social media. Maybe after some months or some years, people notice you're no more together. You don't need to give the whole story. Just yes, we're not together because of some differences that we could not work out. So we just chose to go our separate ways and just co-parent in peace. I feel like that's the best. And honestly, I give kudos to every mom or every dad out there that's taking care of their children, making efforts to mend fences with their ex. You don't necessarily have to go back to a toxic person. I know that some people can be extremely toxic and they can use children for their own gains. But you can keep a cordial relationship with them, except when you see that this person poses a danger to my child, or this person poses a danger to my children, to my mental health. Then you find a way. That's why we have courts and all of this. And they're an advantage because they're in the US. They have a working government. They can draft out a way where you can even have a restraining order against the guy or against the woman, but they can still see their children. There will be third parties going to give them those kids visitation hours and all of that. You know, there's always a way that you can draft out these things that will make you work. But they come on social media, and now this one is showing his what's it called, his account, how much he made from me. Are we supposed to be, oh no, you don't want to tap into the negativity? You're already doing that. Sorry, you're already doing that. You started all
He
this.
even started it.
You started it. So you can't come online and say, oh, you don't want to be part of the negativity anymore, blah, 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 blah. In the beginning, he has already started giving that impression that he was all about her money. I mean, the part where he was saying, I think that was some months ago, when this whole thing first started, it was like, oh, Korra is a millionaire. I don't know why she rented one-room apartment. I think when she packed out of his house. And then
I
he
saw
was
that.
saying it on live stream. And then it just made it obvious that, no, this guy is just after money. Maybe they may have some underlying issues, but he made it seem that way, that he's all about her money. And now you're showing us your bank statement, whatever. What has that got to do with anything? It just
Yeah.
goes to further emphasize on the fact that it's all about the money for you. And yes, I don't think this drama between them is fake. I don't think it's fake because there's too many things that has gone down already. I feel like if I see a stage drama, I would know, like something that is planned between them, but it's too messy for it to be fake. It's too messy for it to just be, oh, just for clout. I don't think so. I think if it's staged, at least there should be an aspect of decorum where they'll just okay, don't go to this part, don't do this, don't do that, this is off limits. Just like this Sakoni Jones people. You made me even know themselves. It was because of your video I had to even go on YouTube and I was researching, trying to know more about the family, and I found out they've just been exploiting their children. People eating
Terrible.
so deep with social media and the money and all of that. Yes, it's good. Social media has given a lot of people, I for one, it has given a lot of people jobs. It has made a lot of people being able to live and not just sit down at home doing nothing. But there are people they are on the other side of the fence where they're just taking the negativity out of it. And they get soaked in so much into the social media, money and life that they feel like without it they'll just die. They make off content of being negative, of being exploiting children, doing all sort of nasty things. If this is your only source of income, how about you find something else to do? So you don't always have to be here. You don't have to, when you make social media your only source of income, trust me, you go to any extent just to make your bread. You become shameless. You become like, you don't have morals, you don't have principle, because you know that this is the only place I'm getting this money from. Yes, you can choose to make this your only source of income and still do the right thing. But there are a lot of people that they'll just get carried away, and all that is in their mind is, I need to stay afloat. I need to keep this income coming. And what do? They will resort to any extent. They don't care.
Yeah.
They will use anything as tool to make sure that they get to that point. So please,
Yeah.
when you're coming on social media to drag your partner, thinking that, oh, people are going to feel bad for you, I don't even know the whole purpose of people that come online to do that anyway. I will never wrap my head around it, because are you coming to tell us, so we'll gather now, we'll now do community meeting in the morning, we'll march to this person's house and intervene? I don't know exactly. But in reality, all this is entertainment to people. This is showbiz, like it or
Exactly.
not. People might
Basic
sympathize with
content.
you. Oh, sorry, sorry, sorry. Oh, they'll insult you. But at the end of the day, it's showbiz. They're in their house, crossing their legs,
Yeah.
reading your stories and throwing popcorn or whatever. So it's just
Yeah.
stories to them. And now she's
I
saying that people are
agree.
already reporting her to child protective services. She needs to know where to draw the line. Call this guy offline. If the guy is
I
not
hope
going to
you
be the
do.
bigger person, you'll be the one to reach out to him, send him a mail or so, and tell him, listen, I know that things are bad between us. I know that, yes, we've gone past the point where we can mend fences and come back as a family. Okay, I don't even want that, but for the sake of our children and for the sake of the good times we've had, it hasn't always been this way. Can we just keep this off social media and just make our children the priority? Let's just go through this divorce in peace. Let's go through the divorce in peace. Go your way, I go my way. But whenever we need to come together for our children, we'll do that.
We
If they
hope
can
they
just have
we
that
hope you get to
conversation,
do that. We hope
even
so.
if she can't
Yeah.
do it, she should reach out to a third party that can just intervene between them, not on social media, offline. Somebody that can just be the middleman and just be somebody that basically wants the benefit, the good of the children. And then if
Yeah.
they will calm down and do the right thing, because all this coming to social media, I feel like they're just giving courts more materials to work with, to be very honest. They're just giving the court houses more materials to work with. And if you're a parent here that you're strained with your exes, be it a guy or a girl, whatever, please always prioritize your children first. Stop using your children as an object of tool to hurt your partner. Even if you're the mom, even if you're the dad, allow that child grow up and decide, if I want my father in my life. Even if my father is a bastard, at least let me get to know him. Even if my mother is a slut, at least let me get to know her. You don't have any right to cut off that person from my life because I'm not in the position to make choices. And then when I grow up, what are you going to tell me? You say, oh, you did it for my own good, or oh, you guys had issues, so you felt that was the best decision. I did not ask you that. I did not tell you to do that. Let me grow up and make that decision myself. So please, parents, I know that
Yeah.
yes, things are so bad and a lot of things are crazy that happen that we don't know about. But please, always try to prioritize your children first. That's just where I'll leave it.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Ray. Thank you very much. Latricia, I noticed you wanted to say something.
Yes, I wanted to say Cora had a choice. The moment she sees that the ex-husband or the ex-husband to be has taken the money, she had a choice to go to court. And if their case is already filed, they already have a file number for their divorce, then she can even consult her lawyer. Her lawyer will consult the husband's lawyer to say, hey, that person took money from that account. And from my understanding, in a divorce, I never worked with those cases, but in a divorce, I think if there are joint accounts and what those things, they are being sort of frozen or being on hold, meaning
Yes,
we can't use
yes.
them for what, because things, if more especially if you are married in community of property, so things are going to be shared and all that. So I'm trying to understand how which money got into which account. But anyway, it's okay. Every country has its own rules. But then she had a choice of going to court than to make a set and sit on a chair and wear a mic and take it on camera and make drama like she was doing. Yes, it's out of frustration. She is a woman. She wants food to put food on the table for her children. But then there were better options other than going for this one. And relevant. This one is irrelevant. We can't help her. Yes, we saw it on social media, but we can't do anything. But no one is above the law. If you go to court, if that person stole from you, you go to the police, you open a case, and then the person will be prosecuted. You understand? So it is clear that, like I said, social media is facade. They are just here to chow money. And now the husband says, I paid back the money. Are we going to get a video where she says, oh, the money's back, is paid back? No, we won't.
Oh my God. You know what? Thank you so much, Latricia. I mean, the drama just keeps going on and on and on, because definitely if she brings a response, he will do another response. They will just keep going back and forth. And of course, as
Glory,
usual,
I
people
forgot to
will pay
add.
attention.
Mm.
Yeah?
Can
Uh,
I speak?
and here
Oh,
we are also adding on to the traffic. The fact
oh
that we
yeah.
are here discussing their issue, it's
Yeah.
getting them more traffic, because people who are watching right now are going to go and add more views to that video, make more money. And
Yeah, but at the end of the day, for everything
yeah,
like this, there's always a backlash, and
yes.
sadly, the backlash is not really going to fall on her. It's going to fall on the
Mm,
kids on the
yeah.
long
Yes,
run, because
Mm,
because people like Cora, this is not the first time Cora is trending for the wrong reasons. There are times that she has actually trended for sexually explicit content like that, and it didn't do anything to her. She's the sort of person that whatever happens, she does not care. She has this I don't care, I don't give a shit
And
lifestyle.
you know
but
what made
at
it
this rate,
worse? What made it worse was the week Justin came out to speak when he started all this the first week. What Cora did that wasn't right, it wasn't good PR at all, was that she was still coming online and dancing. Like in the heat of the moment, the guy can just come out now and be explaining, talking, out of pain and all of that. And she'll come online as well. She'll come on live, she'll just be dancing, she'll be cooking, she'll be acting like, when somebody is gaslighting you, basically, like nothing is going on. And the whole world can see that something is going on. So why are you acting like, oh, there's nothing going on? And then when it now gets to you, that's when you now admit to yourself that something is going on. But in the beginning, you were acting nonchalant about it. So why are you acting different now? She caused all this, like in the beginning stages. I'm not saying she caused their marriage to fail, but no, the guy started this, but she didn't manage it well. She was just coming online dancing. When people even talk about it, she'll shush them away, tell them, oh, mind your business, this, that. She'll just be very rude to you, and she'll tell you to get off it. But now the same people you're telling to mind their business is the same people you're coming online and you're explaining to. Everybody
No,
using their phones, they're just going to
on,
give their
on the flip
opinion.
side, to be very frank with you all, on the flip side, I even felt like dancing is the content that she's known for originally on these social
Yes.
media platforms. She was right to continue, but now dancing and in between throwing jabs at people who are
At
following the
people.
story, and
Exactly. And
one
you're
minute
warning
she's
them, you're
acting like
insulting
she's
them.
not going to talk about it, and then the other minute she's dancing and talking about it. I just felt like she now even elaborated the whole mess. If she had even continued dancing and putting out her video content, no problem. I mean, the truth is, at the end of the day, she
yes,
owes nobody any explanation. Just live
Explanation.
your
But
life
why would you come
and
online?
be.
She's using us. Because she'll come online, she'll say, oh, she does not owe anybody any explanation. If people are even commenting when she's dancing, she'll be rude, like, oh, please get off my life. Oh, please don't tell me what to do. Oh, please don't do this, don't do that. But you're still coming back online, talking to the same people. Are
and
you
and this is
joking? Are we a
And this
joke
is
to
the
you?
mistake, and this is the mistake that people make. When you owe nobody any explanation, you should not go and tell the people I owe you no
I owe
explanation.
you
Do you
precisely,
understand? It's
Yeah.
like
exactly.
precisely.
just ignore. Okay, me saying I know already that I owe nobody any explanation. So I have no business coming online to tell you I owe you. I'm already giving you an explanation that I owe you no explanation. That is how messed up this whole thing is. And a lot of celebrities, they make that mistake over and over again. You see them going to write captions, putting up posts and saying, I am living my best life, I owe you no explanation. You're already giving an explanation for not owing.
I normally
It's like,
won't come out to do this, but you're doing it, boo.
It's messed
What are you
up.
doing?
But you know what? I
If
think
if
this is
this
what we're going to call it. Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, did you watch
oh,
the part where the child was saying daddy died? One video like that. When the
No, I didn't
daughter,
see that one.
I think it is June, yeah, that her first daughter, she made a comment on her life that daddy died, and immediately she just ended the live stream. The girl, that's the small girl, she said daddy died and she ended the live stream, and people were now blasting her like, so you've been telling your child that their father is dead, this, that, that, this. I don't know
Yeah.
what she must have said to the child to make the child make that kind of statement. Or children are wild, yes, they see and they observe a lot of things. But if your child makes a comment like that, immediately you correct them. And that's the problem with people that are going through divorce or marital issues. They
Yeah.
always somehow project it on the children, even if it's directly or indirectly. When their father is already hurting you, anything that the man is doing at that point, if maybe the children are saying it and are telling you, oh, mommy, that is a bad person, you're not going to correct them. You're not going to say anything. You just be mute. No, you tell
Yeah.
them that, see, the issues between me and your dad, that's if they are grown to understand. You say the issues between me and your father is between me and your father. Don't disrespect your father. Don't disrespect your mother. You don't do that. She's still your mom.
Okay.
She's still your dad. Don't ever do that.
Okay. I think this is where we should end. I really need to run off, but
Thank you
really,
so
I want to
much. I really
appreciate
need to
all of
go
you.
to.
Thank you so much, Free. Thank you so much,
Thank you,
Helen. Thank you so
Glory.
much,
Bye, Ellen.
Adewale.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you so much, Latricia. Adewale, thank you so much for joining the conversation. Helen, thank you so much for bringing your wealth of knowledge in child protection rights. That was really rich. I mean, we needed to have that knowledge. Thanks for enlightening us. Thank you so much, Latricia, for enlightening us with the legal perspective, to all what is going on with Korra and the husband. I really hope that they get it right. I hope that they fix it. And if they do not want to fix it, I hope that they take the right steps by approaching the right authorities to have a clean separation. Because to be very honest, this whole thing is a mess. And I wish they understood that the backlash is going to come to the kids and not really to even them. I know a lot of us still have a lot to say, but we're going to end this live stream right now. This conversation is going to still be on my channel. So if you have anything to add, to contribute, you can do so in the comment section, and just have a nice weekend. For those of you that enjoy Nigerian Idols, tomorrow is Nigerian Idols. I'm going to be doing a review about tomorrow's episode as well. So look out for that video. That said, do have an amazing, amazing day. Thank you all so much for joining, and I'll see you guys on another episode of Frankly Speaking with Gloria Elijah. Have an amazing weekend. Bye. Hey, stop right here. Don't go anywhere. You are especially welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Glory Elijah, and this right here is Frankly Speaking with Glory. I am the girl with the tea. I give detailed analysis of reality TV shows like Big Brother Naija, like Nigerian Idols, like The Voice Nigeria. Basically any reality TV show that actually interests you, it automatically becomes my interest as well. I literally carry up on my head. I give detailed analysis, I give detailed reviews. I run commentaries also because I want us to have fun. I want us to catch cruise. I want us to, vibe to stuff like that. And reality TV shows are not the only kind of content that I put out on my channel. I also do movie reviews. So you see this Glory Elijah of a girl, she's a very, very boring sport. Guys, for real. I am super, super boring. However, whenever I feel like passing my time, just having my own fun, chilling, being in a zen mode, I catch up on movies, which I find very, very interesting or exciting. But also, guys, I love reviewing those annoying ones because, hey, we have to call them out. You cannot come and waste my data. You cannot come and waste my precious time watching some really annoying movies. And I also talk about trending social topics because, of course, this life has to be balanced, okay? It's not all about entertainment and fun all the time. We also need to talk about those serious issues that concerns me, also concerns you as well. You're about to have a blast on this channel. I also share my life experiences from time to time. Yes, that is when people ask me to talk about it. But if people don't ask me to talk about it, sometimes I do not feel the need to talk about it. I like keeping my private things private.
But once again, you are welcome to my YouTube channel, and as I told you before, you are in the right space. Trust me, you will be so addicted to this channel. People are going to be asking you, what's happening with you? Are you okay? And hey, don't forget to turn on post notification, all right? That is the best way for you to always receive alerts of my videos. So you see what I'm doing on my screen right now, just do exactly that and you'll be cool.